terrible emotional strain that comes with these secret operations. I felt all of those things, and I'll even admit that in the middle of the sprint, I thought about giving up. The fatigue, the dehydration, the terrible strain were wearing on me. What kept me going was cowdog pride, and the bitter memory of that cup of ice. The truck driver would pay dearly for that cup of ice. Oh, maybe we haven't discussed what happens to these trucks when we sprinkle the tires with the secret chemical agent. Boy, what a weapon! It eats into the steel rims and hubs and actually dissolves the bearings. No kidding. And guess what happens when the smart aleck drivers try to drive off? The truck won't move. That's right. It won't move. It's on total lockdown, and it stays that way until the driver comes to us and begs for the neutralizing agent. If he's properly humble and courteous and respectful, sometimes we release the truck and let him go. If the driver gets mouthy, a lot of them do, we just walk away and let him live with the consequences. You know what happens then? They have to unload all the cattle and call in 3 big wreckers from Amarillo and haul off the rig in 3 or 4 sections. That's pretty harsh, but these guys have to learn not to mess with the head of ranch security. Well, I was the first to finish the mission, exhausted, burning up with thirst, and panting for breath. I leaned against a corral post and waited for my partner to come in. At last, he came dragging around the rear corner of the truck, gasping for breath. I ran out of ammo on the last tire. Reload and finish the job, Drover. The entire mission depends on it. I can't. I told you to ration your fluid. What happened? Well, I got so excited. I don't think I'd better tell you. Tell me, and be quick about it. Promise you won't get mad. Tell me. Out with it. Oh, darn. Well, I got so excited I dribbled between the tires. My eyes rolled up in my head. How could you dribble between tires? We've worked on that. We've drilled and practiced. That's the one mistake we weren't allowed to make. I know. I messed up. I'm a failure. Can you finish it for me? I heaved a sigh. Okay, I'll finish your job, Drover. But only because I was wise enough to hold 1 squirt in reserve. Remember that? Remember that part of our training. Always keep a reserve squirt. I know. I just couldn't control myself. Drover, he who can't control himself has no self-control. You think about that while I finish the job. I'm sorry. I tried. I know you're sorry, and I know you tried, but you've got to learn to hold back that last squirt. I heaved myself up to a standing position and took a big gulp of carbon dioxide. I felt weak and a little woozy. My entire body begged for rest and restoration, but the job had to be finished. If we left that 1 tire untreated, there was no telling what might happen, but it would be bad. Very bad. I pushed Drover aside and staggered around to the west side of the trailer. Sure enough, there it was, as plain as day, a big, untreated wheel. With great difficulty, I hoisted myself into the firing position and took careful aim. Click! Huh? I relaxed for a moment. Took 3 deep breaths. Deep breaths, I should say, and shifted back into the firing position. Click! Suddenly I had a feeling that Drover was staring at me. What are you staring at? What happened? It didn't go off? We, seem to have gotten a batch of faulty ammunition, Drover. You mean? I mean we got a batch of faulty ammunition, and I can't be held responsible for that. I marched past him. Just forget it, Drover. It was too much trouble anyway. You mean? Yes? Hush. And so it was that our mission to disable the trespassing truck ended in failure.